Awesome. Mr. Attorney General, thank you for your collaboration and partnership, not only in these two events, but as you mentioned, throughout the year. I am not nearly as skilled of a public speaker as our AG, so bear with me while I read some points. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and partners, thank you for joining us today. It's an honor to stand here before you and to reflect on the tremendous accomplishments we have achieved together over the last year. Our mission, rooted in enhancing resiliency, advancing innovation, and strengthening the workforce, continues to guide us as we adapt to the ever-evolving threats and opportunities across the digital landscape. I also want to thank the sponsors, partners, and exhibitors who are upstairs who make the Forge annual event possible. If you're part of Team Forge, whether you're staff, mentors, partners, sponsors, advisors, members of one of our programs, would you stand up? Yeah, don't be shy. Okay, so we got a few in here and others throughout the convention center. Forge Institute's mantra, forever one step ahead, is our reminder to remain vigilant, updated, and innovative against an enemy that seeks nothing less than the permanent disruption of our way of life. We're going to talk about that for just a minute. Our adversaries, as both the AG and Director Easterly mentioned, they are not just keeping pace, they are surging forward on the digital battlefield. They are relentless, stealing our intellectual crown jewels, sowing discord in society with precision disinformation, and draining billions of dollars from our economy through ransomware. They are laying the groundwork to cripple the very infrastructure that keeps America going. This is a war without borders, and it's being waged every day in the shadows of our networks, our power and energy grid, pipelines, financial systems, and more. And here's the truth. The federal government can't do this alone, while they are a key part. Laws like Posse Comitatus and the separation of powers enshrined in Title 50, that's the intelligence title, reflect our core democratic values, keeping military and intelligence operations from infringing on our freedoms at home. Yet these same protections create critical vulnerabilities that our enemies, whether it's Russia, Iran, North Korea, or China, exploit without hesitation. In these nations, there are no lines between state, military, and industry. Every entity becomes a weapon for national power. To meet this unprecedented challenge, we must continue to unite across the public and private sectors and forge a collective defense. This is the very reason Forge Institute exists. We are here to build an unbreakable defense, to innovate, to collaborate, and to stand together, not just to protect ourselves, but to stay ahead. Because in this fight, it's not enough to respond. We must be forever one step ahead, and together we can be. Today, I'm excited to share some key highlights of our progress across our key focus areas: workforce, innovation, and resiliency, focusing on the impact of these accomplishments and what's next as we continue to expand our collaborations and scale our efforts. So for strengthening the workforce, a central focus of our strategy is building a workforce capable of meeting the challenges of tomorrow, not just of those today. Our Forge Academy has grown, offering hands-on instructor-led training in information technology and cybersecurity to participants not only in Little Rock, Bentonville, or Marshall, Arkansas, but across the Delta and beyond. We've improved our curriculum with industry input and enhanced our online training environment. And most importantly, we've incorporated real-world adversary activity to inform the training scenarios. It's no longer enough to be theoretical in education. To win the battle, we have to train against what the adversary is doing. This ensures our students develop workforce-ready skills that meet real-world demands. Boot camps and courses in the Forge Academy are focused on meeting the needs of industry and our government partners, going far beyond certifications and ensuring that our graduates are qualified for the job ahead. Our Starbase Arkansas team has expanded the program at Little Rock Air Force Base. Has anybody been to Starbase yet? You got some hands? This is the coolest fifth grade STEM education program on the planet. This year, the team has exceeded the DoD requirements, signing up 97 schools, completely filling the third classroom. The team continues to drive community engagement and outreach, engaging with mission partners from units across the active duty and the National Guard, and conducting some of the most awesome summer camps you can imagine. The team has worked with UA Little Rock to design a virtual reality Starbase Arkansas experience to augment and extend the unique STEM education program beyond the base. A first of its kind for this Department of Defense funded program will create opportunities for urban and rural students across Arkansas to experience the nexus between national defense, military missions, and STEM firsthand. And in collaboration with the 19th Airlift Wing at Little Rock Air Force Base, our team continues to exceed expectations, garnering the following quote from the founder of the National Starbase program. The collaboration between the 19th Airlift Wing and Forge Institute has resulted in it being a top 3 program in less than 3 years out of 88 programs across the country. A round of applause. Let's give our Starbase team a round of applause. The Forge Fellowship Program is our unique implementation of another Office of Secretary of Defense program called SkillBridge. Under the Forge Fellowship, transitioning veterans receive access to the Forge Academy, training from our partners like Fortinet, on-the-job learning experiences, and access to incredible internship opportunities from companies across the state like Axiom and Napholz. This is made possible through grant funding from the Office of Skills Development within the Arkansas Department of Commerce. Over 104 fellows have successfully completed the fellowship program and gained employment, most of them here in the state. This year, Forge Institute was recognized by the Arkansas National Guard and was awarded the U.S. Department of Labor Hire Vets Medallion Award for its commitment to hiring veterans. We're proud of our collaboration with higher education institutions, particularly those in the Consortium for Cyber Innovation. This Forge-led initiative works with the University of Arkansas Fayetteville campus, UA Little Rock, and UA Pine Bluff, and soon to be others, to expand impact across key areas, including enhancing the state's talent pipeline. The consortium develops, validates, and provides micro-credentialing and certificate-based training that is being leveraged across 2-year and 4-year schools across the state, expanding access to high-quality, state-of-the-art cyber training to hundreds of students and professionals seeking to skill, reskill, or upskill for high-demand jobs. Through these efforts, Forge continues to contribute to growing a cyber-ready workforce, ensuring that both private enterprise and public agencies can rely on qualified professionals to defend their networks and leverage these emerging technologies of tomorrow. And so our second pillar is advancing innovation. Innovation is at the heart of everything we do. This last year, our team has made some significant strides in advancing our research capabilities to address emerging threats and strengthen national security. In partnership with UA Little Rock, the University of Arkansas, and UA Pine Bluff, we are part of a groundbreaking project focused on electric grid resiliency funded by the United States Department of Energy. These efforts, which span across academic and industry partners, are tackling certain vulnerabilities that our adversaries seek to exploit. The team launched the Embers Accelerator Program, a 12-week pre-accelerator for early-stage startup founders and research students seeking to commercialize technologies that enhance the resiliency of our nation's power grid. To support these young innovators, we also established the Forge Mentorship Program, a structured and purposeful mentorship program of trained industry professionals who are dedicated to mentoring the next generation of innovators. Energy resiliency research and development efforts are a key component of our strategy, focusing on advancing information sharing, intelligence analysis, threat hunting, and more. Another key area of innovation that we are focused on is in national defense and national security. And I'm excited to give you a few little sneak peeks at what that looks like. Forge Institute signed an agreement with the Arkansas Aerospace and Defense Alliance to collaborate on supporting and growing our state's defense sector. This collaboration will leverage the Aerospace and Defense Alliance's membership and large reach and Forge's expertise in threat sharing, intelligence analysis, cybersecurity, doing those left of boom cyber best practices like Director Easterly talked about, and more, to support Arkansas's defense industrial base, meeting certain federal acquisition regulation requirements, including those of cybersecurity. It will help attract and retain talent and unlock academic and federal lab-held intellectual property, furthering innovations for national defense. Senator Bozeman has championed federal funding to develop defense innovation capabilities, working with both the public and private sectors, the active duty, National Guard, and academia, expanding access to next generation technologies that will have a direct impact on mission. And while these efforts have been made possible through purposeful engagement from key members of Governor Sanders' team, the leadership of the Arkansas National Guard, leaders from the key research academic institutions in the state, and defense companies, and all of our members of Congress, including Representatives Hill, Crawford, Womack, and Westerman, and Senator Cotton, I want to specifically thank Senator Bozeman and his team for the years of hard work in building progress and securing federal funding for these new opportunities in Arkansas. In the coming weeks, we'll announce 2 exciting federally funded programs and 1 state-funded program focused on getting innovation into the hands of operators, advancing next-generation technology to protect critical infrastructure and enhance national defense missions. We've expanded partnerships with national labs to include Idaho National Lab, Pacific Northwest, the National Energy Renewable Lab, the National Energy Technology Lab, and Air Force Research Lab, which will bring access to incredible federally funded research and intellectual property to benefit these projects. Finally, we are actively recruiting innovators, researchers, entrepreneurs, mentors, and mission partners who are interested in joining us as we work together to robust the protection of critical infrastructure, support our national defense, and really contribute to growing a critical sector of the state's economy, those in aerospace and defense. Our third pillar is enhancing resiliency. The heart of the work is our goal of strengthening intelligence-driven collective defense. Forge Institute has played a pivotal role in fortifying the cybersecurity resilience of organizations across Arkansas. The Arkansas Cyber Defense Center continues to serve as a cornerstone for small businesses, cities, counties, and schools, entities often underfunded but targeted by the adversary. The Emerging Threat Center, a public-private collaboration, grew as an essential hub for information sharing and intelligence analysis. Within the ETC is the Emerging Tech Information Sharing and Analysis Center, which was established through funding from the Department of Energy. This group has supported dozens of rural electric and water utilities across the region. A key part of these efforts are not just sharing those technical IP address and CVE, the ones and zeros cyber elements, but it's translating cyber risk for non-technical decision makers. because we have to do that if we're going to action, this level of risk management. So a lot of work is being done there. An example of our collective defense impact is our response to the discovery last year of Volt Typhoon, which was mentioned on the stage. Volt Typhoon is a Chinese state-sponsored advanced persistent threat actively targeting U.S. critical infrastructure. We worked with state, federal, and critical infrastructure partners to help inform and mitigate risk from this emerging threat. And it's an ongoing issue. Today, I'm excited to announce Cyber One, our mobile engagement capability, which you can see outside of the convention center. Cyber One is being outfitted with capabilities to support enhanced risk assessments, threat hunting, and other capabilities, and will support our efforts to expand cyber awareness to both technical and non-technical leaders and citizens in all 75 counties across the state. Our partnerships extend far beyond Arkansas. We have maintained close relationships with national leaders and institutions, including the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Office of the National Cyber Director, of course, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, and other agencies within the executive branch. We continue to engage key committees on Capitol Hill, including the House and Senate Intelligence, Appropriations, and Homeland Security Committees, ensuring that Arkansas's leadership and innovative collective defense activity and our role in defending critical infrastructure is heard at the national level. We have already, as a state, inspired other states, and we believe the model for the rest of the nation will come from what we do here in Arkansas. But Forge Institute can't do this alone. Partnerships are key to our mission, and it will be through partnerships that we work together to tackle these critical challenges, secure and leverage these incredible emergent technologies, and defend Ford against these adversaries. In closing, it has been a remarkable year for Forge, from building stronger defenses, empowering our state's workforce, and leading the way in innovation. We are more committed than ever to being one step ahead. The challenges we face are great, but together with our partners across the public and private sectors, we are creating a safer, more resilient future. Thank you for your continued commitment and participation in this mission. And for those of you that are new and you're here for the first time, this is an incredible opportunity to open the aperture at the world of cyber risk. Thank you.